know you've arrived in Australia when you're surrounded by kangaroos. We've traveled thousands of miles to the opposite side of the world, past the popular gleaming cities of Sydney and Melbourne to Western Australia. It's a long trip, but one worth taking, because at every turn you're rewarded with experiences you'll never forget. At the Greenwich Wildlife and Bird Park, roos are curious and eager to show off. The owners of the park rescue and rehabilitate all sorts of animals native to Western Australia.
This is Daisy and this is Donald, and they're two Western orphan grey kangaroos that were mums were killed, and they're here for raising, and they'll go back to the bush when they're a little bit bigger and stronger. Here you go, mate.
That's me, Chris Swigert. I'm your photographer on this trip through Western Australia. And that's travel writer Jennifer Franklin. She's chronicling our journey. We'll do our best to stay out of the way, but you might see us in some of the scenes. Western Australia is often described as a place where the famous Australian outback meets the Indian Ocean. The Manta Ray glides through the water with graceful ease. From just a few feet above, it's easy to be deceived by its size, until one of your fellow swimmers dives down for a closer look. This is the Ningaloo Reef in Western Australia, famous for its crystal clear water and abundant wildlife. Swimming across the coral reef, you're bound to encounter countless varieties of fish and even an occasional sea turtle. And on a special day, you may even come across a friendly dugong as it feeds. Even above the surface, floating across the crystal clear waters of Coral Bay in Western Australia, and you know you're somewhere special. Just south of Coral Bay, off the coast of Carnarvon in the Indian Ocean, migrating humpback whales can be spotted from June to October. Encounters with wildlife are thrilling, but Western Australia shines with its natural splendor. Connect with unspoiled landscapes and nature at the Karijini National Park. The park features gorges that have been carved from the rock over the course of millions of years. Short hikes through these gorges are rewarded with calm, quiet, and refreshing pools. Just remember that every step down into the gorges means another climbing step up to get out. But you'll have a comfortable place to rest your feet after a long day of hiking in your tent at the Karijini Eco Retreat. You'll feel the cool morning breezes and listen to the birds sing from the comfort of your bed in these well-appointed tents. During your stay in Karijini, make sure you take a few moments to step outside at night. Look up in awe at the stars and the Milky Way. Not many hotel rooms in the world have a view quite this good. Drive for hours through a desolate, arid landscape, and you'll be rewarded with experiences you can't get anywhere else. Natural rock formations like the iconic Nature's Window Arch frame spectacular sunrises every day. Near the town of Cervantes, limestone formations rise out of the earth. They're called the Pinnacles. The landscape is still and quiet, and if you stand here long enough, you might think you've been transported to another world. But arguably no trip to Western Australia would be complete without a stop at Rottnest Island. Located a little more than 10 miles off the coast of Perth, the island offers great beaches and is a getaway destination for many of the city's residents. But it's the native residents of the island that will leave you smiling. Quokkas are marsupials that can only be naturally found in the southwest corner of Australia. Quokkas generally aren't afraid of people, and they'll come up close to check you out. And while you shouldn't feed or touch them, selfies with these happy little animals are allowed. So what better way to cap off your trip to Western Australia, full of bold and unique experiences, than crouching down low, getting close, and snapping that perfect quokka selfie.